and welcome to Ease the Load. On today's show, we're going to be getting up to speed on some 21st century technological advances in schools. First up, we'll be finding out how a new voice transmission system is being received loud and clear by teachers. Then it's over to Clacton-on-Sea to find out why the latest in electronic registration is getting the thumbs up from both staff and pupils at a local high school. And finally today, we'll be flagging up the benefits of an email homework system in Cheshire.
But first, can I have your attention, please?
That's better. Teaching very vocal students day in, day out can put an unnecessary strain on the teacher's voice. But a recently developed sound field system has proved that getting through to pupils needn't be such a pain. The sound field system is a device which enables all children in the classroom to hear the teacher at the same level.
It's a head microphone. I guess you sort of think of people like Madonna doing her concert and things like that. To begin with, a teacher would be self-conscious wearing it, but you soon get used to it and it's not there after a while.
The microphone is supported by speakers and an amplifier.
It's radio controlled, so it's linked up. Wherever I go in the school, it will still be linked up to my speakers on the radio frequency that's set for this classroom.
It's helpful for staff in a number of ways.
The system has enabled me to be able to move around the classroom, and I can continue speaking and all the children can hear me at the same time wherever they're positioned and wherever I'm positioned. And if I turn slightly, they can still hear me even if they can't see my face.
Stop, please.
You never really have to raise your voice. If you do have to, then it has added impact, and but that happens very, very seldom. I think that's good for you, as not just for the physical saving of the vocal cords, but for the mental state that you might get into, the well-being side of things, that you feel more relaxed and calmer yourself because you're using a more relaxed, calm voice.
The system costs around £1,000 and can be installed in just one day.
It's a great tool for behavioural management as well as delivering instructions clearly. Get the naughty boys or the naughty girls at the back whispering and talking, and rather than you having to shout over the whole class, you could just say their voice normally and get them back on board straight away. They can hear you very clearly.
The system is an American invention. It was implemented in Broadfield Junior School, Hertfordshire in 2003.
Initially, when it was introduced to the sound field system, it was quite strange because you're not used to having your voice coming out of a speaker on the wall and hearing yourself amplified, but now it's completely normal for me to hear it and for the children to hear it, and in fact it feels different when I don't have it on, so it's completely normal now, just completely used to it.
Well, I've used the sound system in lots of different ways. I don't just wear it on my head. If the children are talking, or if we're doing plenary and they've done some particularly good work, I'll just take off the microphone and I can use it like a microphone for the children so they can speak into it.
I think it looks like something at school. It looks really good. Well done, Rebecca. Thank you.
Miss doesn't have to repeat any questions. We can all understand her because of her talking through the microphone.
Miss Brecker wearing a microphone, it sounds much clearer for us to hear it if we're right at the back of the classroom. At first she was quite quiet, but now we've got the microphone, it's a lot easier and clearer to hear.
It supports good teaching, it supports good behaviour management, it supports the agendas for inclusion, it supports the agenda of the well-being of staff.
And just one more piece of sound advice.
The sound system actually has a very long range, so you do have to be careful about remembering to switch it off at the right times as well. Otherwise, you could find yourself in the toilet and you don't want to go there.
There are other systems available on the market, and you can find out more details by visiting our website at www.teachers.tv. Many schools are now using biometric technology as a method of recording attendance. Staff at Colbane's High School explain why it's not so difficult to register. The school has implemented a system for lesson registration. Software is installed on a server and at workstations in the classroom.
The registration system is based on fingerprint recognition. As the child goes to register, they put their finger on the scanner and the software turns the fingerprint into a digital number, which is very secure, and it reconfigures that number on every occasion the child registers.
Following a 3-month pilot, Live Register is now running throughout the school.
I estimate that I have a class of 34 children coming through here and being registered under 5 minutes, which is very good. I actually brought it in as a settling exercise, so they'd come and register and then go away and get the books and start the actual lesson. So in that respect, for me personally, it's been very smooth running. And then as we've rolled it out over the school, I think other teachers have found exactly the same thing, that it has made a smooth start to every lesson in the school.
And it promotes inclusion.
What the biometric system does that other systems don't do is to put the responsibility for registration and punctuality firmly onto the young person. And what this means is there can't be any argument about whether you were present in the room or not, or if you're in the right classroom or not. And because the records are time-stamped and dated, we know exactly whether you were where you should have been at the time.
The whole school community has been positive about this system.
I've not received a single parental complaint about the use of the product. We had a couple of children who were initially hesitant but quickly decided to join in. The children absolutely love it because they think it's James Bondy and really 21st technology. And actually even some of my younger staff are very excited about using technology that's really hip because it's up to the moment. And I think actually that the way I feel about it is that the product is easy to use. So it doesn't feel overly complicated. It doesn't feel as if you're grappling with stuff that's out of your skill area.
I've not been one of these people that zealously embraces new technologies, but I have been pleasantly surprised with this system, really. It's a time and efficiency saving device. The children get used to doing it and they quite like doing it themselves as well. It takes a little bit of the onus off the teacher to have to look at a register and call the name and check that person's there.
This is just one of many electronic registration systems currently available.
In the worst case scenario where for some reason the server was unavailable, then the school would need to provide some other method of registration until the system was brought back online again. We haven't had that situation arise yet, and we do try and make sure there's enough backup systems in there to ensure that that won't happen.
Thumbprint registration can help combat truancy in challenging areas.
Many of our young people come with low aspirations and education is not valued in the home, and we need to do a great deal to get young people to rise to the challenge of taking education opportunity. I'm absolutely confident that we will see a big improvement in attendance and punctuality as a result of using this product.
Registration systems made my life a lot easier because the children now are eager to get to the classroom because they like to be first to be onto the scanner. I think it's a great system and I would recommend it.
So it looks like it's thumbs up all round.
Now, emailing has become one of the most popular methods of communication of the modern age. So it's no surprise that some bright sparks at a Cheshire high school have introduced this fast and environmentally friendly system as a quick and easy way for pupils to deliver their homework, saving teachers both time and paper.
Basically, the email system came about because myself and my head of department had a disagreement. I said I needed some paper for printing out some Year 10 projects, and he said, well, you can't have any more paper till next week because basically we'd run out. So I went along with getting the boys to send me the work by email, and obviously that's how it originated. Put down your proposal and you just automatically emailed that to me. I will have a look at those proposals, I will mark them, and then I'll email you back for the beginning of next lesson. The software that you need to use in order to make the email work is simple email and also just a word processing software. A lot of the boys have got these, we've got it in school, they've got it at home. The pupils pick up the email, open the attachment, the boys can then complete the homework and they can hand the homework in at any time, and then you can mark it that night. You don't have to be limited to a timetable within school. Pupils these days are a lot more computer literate, they're a lot more computer minded. They want resources that are going to engage them and they want to interact with those resources. What you see in the homework is actually very simple, it's very intuitive and very engaging, allows the boys to interact with the homework. There's various ways in which sending homework by email saves regarding cost. Firstly, you've got the cost of paper. We've looked at all different kinds of ways of cutting down by giving pupils printer credits, trying to get them to pay for the paper, but there's all sorts of impracticality with that. We're finding that we're using hundreds of sheets of paper every single week. There's the cost of the ink cartridges on top of the paper, there's the actual cost of the printer itself. I find myself far more organised. All the work is kept in one place. I can easily save the work, so I know that I've got a copy of the pupil's work. I don't just have to rely on them. In terms of storage, it saves time. I'm not leafing through bits of paper. I feel as though we've moved ahead with these digital resources in terms of the creativity and how the pupils have reacted to them.
I think e-homework is good because it lets you do your homework as soon as you get home. You don't have to get anything out of your bag, and there's no paper to get lost or anything, and you can't forget to take it into school or something like that, so the teacher gets it no matter what if you've done it.
As soon as you send it to school, teacher can mark it straight away, and then you can get your marks back in like half an hour or something. That means you might be able to improve it if you've not done so well.
I prefer doing homework now because obviously it's a lot easier to do, and it doesn't take the time it used to, and it's not boring just always writing. You can just get straight into it, and it's interactive. You click on something and then you know how you've done straight away, and I really enjoy it now.
Somebody once asked us, what are we trying to do with all of this new technology in school? And I think the phrase that we keep coming back with again and again, we're trying to build what we would call a school without walls. We're always looking for new ways of doing the same things. We're looking at ways of becoming efficient. We're looking at ways which will capture the children's imaginations, things that will move our boys on to the next stage of development. And most new developments in schools, one looks to is there a grant to cover this? How much will this cost? How can we get the money for it? But the beauty of this is the facility is already there. We do plan to roll it out to all other subjects. Of course, we need one department to pioneer it to begin with, and to actually give staff the confidence that this is not a gimmick, this is something, first of all, that will work, but something that will make our life as teachers so much easier in terms of marking, in terms of recording work. The advice that I give to any school that is even thinking about it is to stop thinking and just go ahead and do it. There's nothing very clever in what we're doing. We've taken something that is there already, we've taken a skill that the boys already have, that the teachers already have, and we're asking them to use it. The only difference is we're asking them to use it for something that traditionally they haven't done.
Some fun and futuristic space-age advances to help make teachers' lives that little bit easier. Well, that's enough technology for me this week, so join me next time for some more inspiring ideas on how to ease your load. If you've got any load easing ideas to share, then please contact us here at www.teachers.tv/ease the load.